All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going on a journey to uncover a hidden mathematical mystery. Some sources claim there's a secret pattern woven into the very fabric of our world, something they call the eternity code. And our entire investigation starts with just one single cryptic phrase. You seek everything, but start from nothing. This line, it's really at the heart of everything we're talking about today. It tells us that to find this grand, all-encompassing system, we can't look for it in some complicated formula. Nope. We have to start from the void.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, we have to find the code. You can think of this as the start of a kind of intellectual treasure hunt. And the prize? It's a key that unlocks a hidden order to things.
Seriously, just picture it. You're starting with nothing. A blank sheet of paper, an empty space. The idea here is that this feeling of absolute nothingness is the real starting point. The challenge isn't just about finding an answer. It's about figuring out the very first question to ask.
But here's the twist. That first question leads us to our first real clue. And it's not buried in some ancient ruin or hidden in a vault. It's hiding in an object so ridiculously common, you've probably handled it 1,000 times and never given it a second thought.
And that object is a sheet of paper. Specifically, an A0 sheet of paper. You know its smaller cousins, right? Like A4. Well, A0 is the granddaddy of them all. And its most important property is that its area is exactly 1 square meter. It's a perfect, standardized piece of our physical world. So, a piece of paper, a rectangle, has a length and a width, right? Now, the theory claims that one of those dimensions is the key to this entire code. Its dimensions are 841 by 1189 millimeters. So which one is it? And that number is 1189. This is it, our first piece of the puzzle. The length in millimeters of a standard A0 sheet of paper. So we have a number. Big deal, right? Or is it just a coincidence? Is it just a random artifact of paper manufacturing? Or is it something more?
Okay, this is where it gets really cool. We need to check if 1189 is actually important or if we're just seeing patterns where there are none. And to do that, the theory gives us a second clue, an algebraic function that acts like a confirmation lock.
It turns out there's another piece to this puzzle, a formula. It's described as a spiral of knowledge, a kind of recipe for growth. And as you can see, it's a pretty simple little equation. But on its own, it's just a bunch of symbols. It doesn't do anything without an input.
And that's our next mystery. We have a lock, the function, and we think we have the answer it should give us, 1189. But to prove it, we need the key. We need the specific value for x. Now, the source material gives a clue for this, a very subtle one. 33 small carvings on a nearby window frame. And that key is 33. A number that, let's be honest, seems to come out of absolutely nowhere. It doesn't seem connected to paper or, well, anything. But let's see what happens when we plug it into our spiral of knowledge. Let's just do the math together. First, we plug in 33 and square it. That gives us 1,089. Then we do 3 times 33, which is 99. And finally, we add that 1 on the end. So 1,089 plus 99 plus 1. And what do you get? Yep, 1189. Exactly a perfect match. I mean, come on, that is not a coincidence. That's a confirmation. This is that aha moment. A physical dimension from a real-world object and the output of a totally abstract mathematical function. They line up perfectly. It suggests this is all part of a deliberate design. But wait, there's more. We're not done yet. The code has another layer of meaning. It's not just a static number. It's about where that number fits into a grander cycle. It's an idea that's rooted in ancient concepts of time. And to understand it, we need to talk about a system of math that works just like a clock.
And to get that, we need to touch on something called modular arithmetic. Now, don't let the name scare you off. It's super simple. You already know how it works. It's just a clock. After 12 o'clock, you don't say it's 13 o'clock, right? You say it's 1 o'clock. The numbers just wrap around. That's all this is. Now, in this particular system, we're not using a 12-hour clock. We're using a cycle of 9. 9 is a big deal in a lot of old traditions, symbolizing completion, the end of one thing and the start of another. So to really understand our code, 1189, we need to figure out its place in this cycle of 9.
So how do we do that? Well, you could do it the long way. Divide 1189 by 9. You'll get 132 with a remainder of 1. Or you can use this awesome shortcut. Just add up the digits of the number. 1 plus 1 plus 8 plus 9 equals 19. Not a single digit yet, so we do it again. 1 plus 9 is 10. Still not there. 1 plus 0 is 1. Both ways, you land on 1.
And that reveals the code's true purpose. The remainder is 1. In this system of cycles, our number, 1189, holds the position of 1. It represents the beginning, the very first step after a cycle is finished. It's the dawn after the night.
Okay, let's put it all together. We've gathered all the clues, we've followed the trail. Now it's time to assemble the final picture and see what it all really means.
Remember where we started? With literally nothing. A blank page, a void. And from that void, we found a number, a physical anchor. We proved it was significant with a completely separate function, and then we uncovered its deeper cyclical meaning. The journey is almost complete, and this is what it looks like. You have the foundation, that number 1189, grounded in the physical reality of a piece of paper. You have the confirmation, that same exact number, proven to be special by a mathematical function with the key of 33. And you have the cycle, its deeper meaning as the number 1, the start of a new beginning. Every single piece connects. It's beautiful. So there you have it. We've actually followed the path from nothing to everything. The code 1189, it's the master key. It takes that initial blank page, that symbol of nothingness, and transforms it into a coherent system, a map of knowledge. The mystery is solved. But here's the thing that'll keep you up at night. The source material calls this an eternity code, not the eternity code. And that just leaves you wondering, right? If this one was hidden right under our noses in a common object like a piece of paper, what else is out there? How many other codes are just hiding in plain sight?